He told me I was a terrible mother. He said it in texts. He said it on phone calls. He told my family. He told his friends. He said I was unstable. He said I was unfit. He said I was incapable of raising a baby alone, that our child would suffer because of my decisions, that I was selfish for leaving. And for months, not weeks, months, I believed him, every single word. I would lie awake at 3 a.m. holding my newborn against my chest, replaying his texts in my head, wondering if he was right, wondering if my daughter would grow up damaged because I couldn't keep a relationship together, wondering if she'd be better off with someone else, someone more stable, someone less broken. And then I learned the one thing he absolutely did not want me to know. The one truth that every narcissistic, controlling, toxic ex fights desperately to keep hidden. And it changed everything. But first, let me explain how toxic exes operate, because once you see the pattern, you can never unsee it. And once you can't unsee it, the power shifts. A toxic ex, particularly one with narcissistic traits, uses guilt as a weapon, not because he cares about the baby's well-being, but because guilt is the most effective tool for controlling a new mother. He knows you're vulnerable. He knows you're alone with a newborn. He knows you're exhausted, scared, financially strained, and desperate to prove that you're a good mother despite everything, and he exploits every single one of those vulnerabilities with surgical precision. The late-night text saying, "You're going to ruin that child." The voicemail demanding to know why the baby was crying in the background, implying you can't handle it. The passive-aggressive, "I guess some people just aren't meant to be mothers." Every single one of those messages is designed to accomplish one thing: maintain control over you, not to co-parent, not to help, to control. Because as long as you're reacting, defending yourself, arguing, explaining, crying, responding at midnight with paragraphs of justification, he still has a power over your emotional state, and that's all he wants. So here's the first strategy. Rule number 1. And it will transform your co-parenting life. The business partner approach. From this moment forward, he is not your ex. He is not the man who loved you. He is not the man who hurt you. He is a business partner you are legally obligated to interact with regarding one specific project, your child. And business partners get business communication. Pickup is at 5 on Saturday. She has a doctor's appointment on Tuesday at 10. I'll send you the address. I need the car seat returned by Thursday. That's it. Nothing personal, no emotion, no tone, no explanation of your decisions, no defending your parenting, no responding to accusations. If his message contains a logistical question, you answer the logistical question and nothing else. If his message is entirely emotional, insults, guilt trips, manipulation, threats, you do not respond at all. You screenshot it for your records. You close the message and you move on with your day. I know that feels impossible. I know every fiber of your being wants to type back a paragraph defending yourself. But every time you do, you're feeding the monster. And a fed monster always comes back hungrier. Rule number 2. Gray rock. This is a specific psychological technique developed for dealing with narcissistic personalities, and it is devastatingly effective. The concept is simple. You become the most boring person on earth. When you have to interact with him at pickup, during a phone call, at a co-parenting meeting, you give him nothing to work with. Short, flat, emotionless responses. Okay, noted. I'll check and let you know. That works. No big reactions, no tears, no anger, no defending. Nothing he can grab onto and use as fuel. Narcissists are addicted to your emotional reactions. Your anger proves he still matters to you. Your tears prove he still has the power to hurt you. Your defensiveness proves he's still living in your head rent-free. Gray rocking removes the supply. And without supply, the behavior loses its purpose. Now I'll be honest. When you start gray rocking, he will escalate. He'll try harder. He'll push more buttons. He'll say worse things. He'll increase the contact attempt. This is called an extinction burst, and it's the most important phase to survive. Because the escalation isn't a sign that gray rocking is failing. It's proof that it's working. He's feeling the loss of control and he's doubling down. If you stay gray through the burst, the attacks start to space out. They lose intensity. He begins to look for supply elsewhere. It doesn't happen overnight, but it happens. Rule number 3, and this one protects you legally in ways you cannot imagine. Document everything. Every text he sends, screenshot it immediately. Every email, save it to a folder. Every voicemail, keep it. Every missed visit, every late pickup, every cancelled plan, every threatening statement. Every time he says something inappropriate about you in front of the children, write it all down. Date, time, what happened, what was said, direct quotes when possible. Keep this in a dedicated folder on your phone or in a physical notebook stored somewhere safe. This isn't about being vindictive. This isn't about building a case to get him. This is about protection. Because if custody or child support ever becomes a legal matter, and with a narcissistic ex, the probability approaches certainty, your documentation is your evidence. Your word against his becomes your records against his story. Courts don't care about feelings. They care about facts, and documented facts win cases. Now, the thing he doesn't want you to know, the truth he will fight to keep hidden from you, the single most liberating realization you can have as a single mother co-parenting with a toxic ex. You don't need his approval. You don't need his agreement. You don't need his validation. You don't need his cooperation. You don't need his permission. You don't need his opinion. You don't need anything from him to be an extraordinary mother. Nothing. Zero. His criticism has no power unless you give it power. His texts only hurt if you believe them. His version of you exists only in his mind, and his mind is not a reliable narrator. Your baby, the one sleeping in the next room right now, the one whose entire world is your voice, your hands, your heartbeat, that baby has already decided who her mother is, and she chose you. Not because you're perfect, because you're hers. The full co-parenting protection system, boundary scripts for every scenario, communication templates you can copy and paste, legal preparation strategies, emotional healing techniques, the complete framework for co-parenting with a narcissist while protecting your sanity and your child, goes far deeper than what one video can cover. I built it into a guide because I needed it desperately during the worst period of my life, and nothing like it existed. If his texts make your stomach drop, if his voicemails keep you up at night, if you're constantly walking on eggshells around a man who should have no power over you anymore, the link is in the pinned comment with the heart. Comment free. If you're breaking free from his control, even if you're just starting, even if it doesn't feel real yet, write it anyway. Because every woman who types that word is one more woman who's choosing herself over his narrative. Subscribe, because I have an entire library of content coming on this exact topic. Real strategies, real scripts, real protection. Like this video so it reaches the mama who's crying over his latest text message tonight, questioning everything about herself, wondering if she's the problem. She's not the problem. He is, and now she knows.